Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome wherever you may be in the world. My name is Rob Finlayson, and I'm joined by some amazing Carleton University students. And together, we're going to speak with you over the next 30 minutes about employability, learning outside of the classroom at Carleton University. And I know we're all delighted to be with you to explore this topic. It's a big topic. We only have 30 minutes to go through this, but we wanted to give you a sense of what your experience at Carleton might look like in terms of preparing for professional life post-graduation. This is something Carleton is really, really good at. Many opportunities for you across your 4 years of an undergraduate degree to hone your skills and develop yourself professionally. And of course, many of you are excited to start your undergraduate studies, but probably have a sense of what you might like to do post-graduation as well in terms of career work. Or maybe you just want to explore this topic and get a better feel for what might be engaging for you. So no matter what you do at Carleton, you'll have opportunities to learn more about this space. One of our key things, of course, is leadership. At Carleton University, you'll have tons of opportunities to get leadership skills through learning in the classroom, but also through our really engaging campus community. So across Carleton, there are more than 300 student societies, for example, from student governance to fun activities like chess club or snowboarding, being a DJ on a radio station, or perhaps getting involved in athletics, or even student governance. All of which give you skills I think you'll find are directly transferable to professional opportunities. And you can document this through a co-curricular record. So all of the great things you do outside of the classroom, you can track and you can use to market yourself to future employers. One of our key services in this space, obviously, is the Co-op and Career Services Office. Many of you will have been admitted with Co-op as an option. You may know what this is already, but for those that might not, cooperative education is your opportunity as a student to get professional paid experience as you progress through your 4-year degree. Basically, you'll be interspersing work and study terms where you'll be earning a salary and working professionally in a field directly related to what you've been studying. And this gives you a chance, of course, to hone your skills, build a resume, gain industry experience, apply theoretical knowledge in a professional context, and work in different types of environments, giving you a chance to perhaps get a better appreciation for what you might like to do professionally when you graduate. And obviously, when you finish your degree, you'll have a resume with recent relevant experience, having worked with key industry players as well. And of course, that makes for an easier, more seamless transition from student to professional life. In addition to that, of course, we have a career services office. And that is great for finding part-time employment as a student at the university, and of course for career prep when it comes to graduate. So building a resume, preparing for interviews, how do you job hunt, and of course hosting career fairs on campus as well. So across co-op and career services, you'll find many, many different ways you can work in this space as well. And then of course, another aspect is experiential learning. What is experiential learning? Basically, as a student at Carleton, you'll be able to get all kinds of different learning contexts that are beyond lecture-based, passive intake of knowledge. At Carleton, whether you're a STEM student, a business student, a design student, social sciences, really doesn't matter. You're going to be given projects that will give you critical thinking skills, will take you out into the community, will give you an opportunity to engage and connect with other students. All of these skills are directly transferable to professional life. And I think this is something that industry knows Carleton's really, really good at. Carleton ranks in the top 10 for employability post-graduation. And I think it's because of all of these different facets of career prep and leadership that you gain across a Carleton degree. But you'll learn more about this through hearing from our students as they tell you about their own experiences. So I'm going to turn the floor over now to one of our great students, Ketki, who will introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Ketki. I'm from India and I started at Carleton in 2019. I'm a Bachelor of Computer Science honors major and I'm a part of Dev Degree. Not sure how many people know it, but it's basically a tie-up that Carleton has with Shopify where I work with Shopify as an intern throughout the time that I'm doing my degree. So it's a lot of learning and a lot of growth.
Thank you, Ketki. Pavan.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Pavan. I originally hail from India, but I grew up in the Middle East. Hence why you see the double flag. So I grew up in the UAE. And I moved here in 2017 to complete my Bachelor of Commerce program here at the Sprott School of Business. And I did a concentration in accounting with a minor in statistics. In terms of employability, right now I'm a full-time worker at Deloitte, so a Big Four accounting company. And I also have been actively part of student governance while at Carleton. So as you can see on there, the accounting club was in my domain. So any questions on that, and I'll be sharing all my experiences for that. So thank you.
Thank you, Pavan. Valentina.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Valentina. I am fourth year studying international business at Carleton with a minor in French. I am from Colombia, and I got involved with a lot of things. I was president of OLAS, which is one of the clubs, peer mentor. I work at the university, and as well, I am one of the vice presidents at the student union at the moment.
Thank you, Valentina. And last but not least, LM.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alim. I'm originally from Afghanistan. I grew up in Iran, and I have been here in Canada for almost 8 years now. So I'm in fourth year of my civil engineering program. Currently, I'm doing my co-op program. I'm a full-time worker with City of Ottawa in LRT project. So, and I'm happy to be here. And if there was any question for me, I will be happy to answer.
Thank you all for introducing yourselves. Now we're going to have an opportunity to explore leadership and career services through hearing from each of you. So we're going to have a conversation. I have some questions, but the students are welcome to ask questions, and we'll do our best to engage on those as well. So for the panel, I'd like to ask if you could highlight for us your experience at Carleton so far. What would be a highlight, one of the key things that you really enjoyed the most about Carleton? And it could be academic or extracurricular, just generally speaking. Ketki.
For sure. So I think one of the biggest things at Carleton is you definitely get to meet a lot of like-minded people. It was really nice to come into a program and see that people were like equally motivated, and uh, in general, like you meet a lot of people who are going to motivate you to do better, and that includes not only your peers but also your professors and the peoples you meet in clubs. Everyone is super motivated, and I think it creates like a really nice environment that sort of motivates you to do better.
That's great, Keki. Thank you. And just out of curiosity, I know with your situation with the dev degree in Shopify, it's a unique program, right? So you're working and studying simultaneously. So you'll have a chance to engage, I guess, with your students both professionally but on campus at the same time. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. Pavan, what are your thoughts on this?
So, kind of along the lines of where Keki was starting, to do with the people, but more so to do with that community aspect, where Carleton in general just treats as one large family. As soon as I set foot in Canada, wasn't very difficult for me to kind of settle in, find some friends, because I always tell these people the Carleton is one of those places where you go in and you're gonna find at least one person who's in a similar boat as you, so you make friends very easily. And that's one of the highlights of my experiences so far, because it's nothing more comforting as an international student to know that you can go to a new place and make friends in less than a week. So that's very important for your personal growth.
Yeah, Pavan, I couldn't agree more. In my academic history many years ago, I studied away from Canada, and for sure that was a key thing in my mind too, connecting and making friends with other students. So I'm glad to hear that you had a good experience in that sense. Valentina, what's a highlight for you for the Carleton experience?
I would say I was able to just try so many different things and find what worked for me. So like there's so many different clubs, opportunities to be, to volunteer, to work on campus as an international student as well, which I think was a great opportunity for me to just try different things, see what worked for me. and then find my place within Carleton. So there's something for everyone. And I think that was very, very important for me as well to be able to develop myself in that sense as well.
Oh, that's great. And I agree. It's finding that place for yourself, right? There's tons of things you can do. It's finding the things that you'd like to do and maybe going outside your comfort zone to try new things as well. Thank you. Alam, from your perspective, what would have been a highlight?
I think many of them are mentioned with my friends, but one thing I could say is about the diversity that there is in Carleton. It's unique, I believe. It is nice. In one of the buildings at I believe it is in the University Center, first floor. If you go there, you can find flag of many countries. And I remember first time when I saw it, it gave me a good feeling, and it was nice. So it encouraged you to consider it as home. It is not somewhere else. You feel at home, and because you feel at home, yeah, you get comfort. You feel free to get involved in any activity. It doesn't matter academic or non-academic. So you enjoy it. I think that's one of the best highlights I could say.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's true. Carleton has students from over 150 countries, so you really get a chance to engage with people from all over the world, and it's great to feel comfortable really quickly. So a question for the panel. So we know that Carleton's a leading university when it comes to career preparation. And we also know that each of you has had unique experiences, which will no doubt prepare you for your professional life after university. I'd love to know your comments about a particular aspect of career preparation at Carleton that you found helpful. So whether you've been involved in student governance or worked as a res fellow or maybe done volunteer work or through co-op, which aspect of this has really helped you the most? And we'll go through the panel again. We'll start with Ketki, please.
I definitely think that coming to Carleton and coming into Dev Degree specifically was one of the best decisions that I've made in my time, basically. But what Dev Degree does really is that because you're at Shopify for the entirety of your degree, so that's probably going to be somewhere between 3 to 4 years, you get put on various teams. I've been on 3 teams so far, so it's usually like an 8-month to a year placement. And I'm working part-time at Shopify. So what I do is 20 hours a week, I am working in the industry. I'm actually getting experience that is relevant to my degree, and it also contrasts with actually doing my degree for the remaining time of the week. And I feel like just the fact that I get to work while I'm studying means that I get to apply everything that I'm learning at school in the industry, and so it just it helps me learn better and it prepares me better for the future.
Thank you. That's great. Yeah, it really is a unique opportunity, that sort of dual track of learning and working simultaneously. So, and I guess making really strong connections with Shopify too, being based there. So yeah,
Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you. Pavan, what are your thoughts on this?
For me, I have a couple of applicable experiences. One of which, as I mentioned earlier, was student governance. So I've been an active part of the Sprout Accounting Club, and having been on there for 4 years and climbed the ladder up to being president at this point of time, it really shows you the experiences of being able to run a club, make important decisions, and so on and so forth. So that kind of nurtures you to then prepare for the professional world. And that's where, for me, I had my co-op at Deloitte. So again, a very big accounting firm. And that experience also kind of prepared me to, actually get relevant experiences similar to Ketki in the degree that I am pursuing. So, because of that variety of experiences of volunteer work, but also professional work, I'm able to, really build up my resume, build up my skills, and then prepare myself for the time that I've graduated. And most importantly, prepare my connections, because connections are very important, as some of you already might know.
That's great. So yeah, just with the leadership role in terms of the volunteer piece. So I guess you would say, some of the skills are directly transferable, right? Like organization, connecting with people, networking and planning, etc. But with a professional club like that, yeah, would you say it gave you access to industry? That was part of the mandate of the club?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it's definitely part of that, as you just mentioned. It's there for you to kind of get the experience of, is this degree, or is this concentration, or is this type of work really what I want to be doing for the rest of my life? So it's a very eye-opening experience for a lot of us out there.
Yeah, that's a key point. I think that's really interesting. It occurred to me too, just thinking through getting to do different professional opportunities through co-op. You can try different types of jobs and different types of work before you're sort of locked into that path, right? So as a student, you can actually say, like, I worked in these different organizations doing different things, and now I know what motivates me professionally, and sort of trying to find that holy grail of professional happiness and personal happiness too. So yeah, co-op I think is great for that. Cool. Valentina, what are your thoughts on this?
Definitely for me, getting involved working with the university and then working with the student union helped me gain those soft skills. So basically in classes, you get to practice what you learn. And then those soft skills, like for example, teamwork, leadership, how to be, responsible, how to manage your time. Those are things that you are able to learn in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. And that will be very, very useful for you, not only professionally, but also personally. So just getting involved with like different clubs and just like seeking always job opportunities and new opportunities helped me develop those soft skills that otherwise I might have not developed.
That's great. Thank you. Alam.
Okay, I just want to add one more thing, and it is the work study program that I have used it. When you come to the Carleton, I think international students can apply for that too. There is a program, it's called work study program. When you apply and get approval, you can work in the university, in the different departments, in library, in the offices, in labs, for a limited hours per week. So I worked as a engineering office assistant at the civil engineering department office. So it was great for me. I got a good experience, and it was my first experience to get involved in the Canadian work environment. It was new, and I learned a lot from my manager, from my coworker. So it is helpful. When you come to Carleton, please pursue it. Please use it. It's helpful to learn in the university and get experience. And the second is the co-op program. I think you will use it for sure. It's really helpful to get connected with the industries, with companies, with the work placement. As I said, currently I'm working with the City of Ottawa in LRT project. You learn a lot. You get experience. You expand your network. You find good friends, and you learn professional skills.
Yeah, that's true. And just so for the audience, so the LRT project that Ella mentioned, so Ottawa's in the process of further developing its light rail transit system across the city. It's a major engineering project that's in the city right now. And you've had direct experience working on this. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's like for you, what it's like working on this project?
Yeah, LRT has three big segments in Ottawa. It is LRT South, which is Trillium, and Ottawa East and West. I worked at Trillium, which is the south part. It's a light rail which starts from Bayview at north and goes to south to the Line Bank. And there is a branch, it's called Airport Link, which I'm responsible for that one. So basically, it is the extension of the phase one of the light rail for Ottawa.
Wow. Yeah, it's so cool. I can imagine all kinds of experiences that you'll be able to take forward in your professional life post-graduation from that. So yeah, that's
It's
great.
true.
Next question for the panel. So we know that there's different ways you can develop these skills across your degree, and many of you have done different things. So I guess I'm just curious to know, have you been able to combine multiple experiences to create a unique skill set, sort of like a multidimensional skill set that will help you progress professionally after you graduate? Ketki, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things that I really like about Carleton is how you can sort of mix and match between the classes that you take, and you can declare a minor at any point in your degree. So I haven't currently declared a minor, but the fact that, like, I've changed minors 2 times over because there were things that I was interested in, classes that I wanted to take. And I think having a chance to explore a subject that's completely different from the main subject that you're studying really gives you a chance to develop a very specific niche for yourself. I was doing German for about 2 years. Had to drop it due to some issues on my end, but in general, I think it's awesome that you can, like, at any point in your degree decide that, you know what, maybe I want to add extra skills to my repertoire, and you really shouldn't have any trouble doing it.
So you felt it was flexible. You could kind of make changes on the fly based on what you learn along the way.
Definitely,
So,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's cool. How about you, Pavan?
I'll just kind of continue off from where Ketki left off, because talking about flexibility and minors, I have experienced that myself. So I initially was enrolled in a minor in economics along with my accounting concentration degree, but then I realized that econ wasn't really for me, so I switched over to statistics. And not a lot of people really do accounting with a minor in statistics. It's not a commonly spoken of combination. But hey, I was just something interesting for me, and I decided to kind of combine it to just create this unique skill set that we're talking about. And it may not apply directly to your degree, but after all, the flexibility comes in for what you desire to learn. It can be the wildest combinations from your wildest dreams. So that's really what's important over here. And your skill set that you create is on you. It's Carleton's very supportive of that. If there's something that you desire to pursue going forward, for example, if it's a a Bachelor of Commerce degree with a minor in biology, which have no relation whatsoever, that's still an option for you. So those experiences do help, and very importantly, being involved, as I said earlier, because you're then able to apply your academic knowledge to practical life.
That's great. I think there was a really valuable piece of advice in there, and that is get involved. Everything you need is there. You just have to take advantage of it. So get out of your comfort zone, try new things, explore topics that you are curious about, and sort of it's that exploration that leads you to the next place. So that's great, Pavan. Thank you. Valentina.
Yes, I'm gonna just like build on what you said, Rob. That definitely for me, I'm a business student, international business student with a concentration in finance. But at the same time, I'm very passionate because of my involvement in like humanitarian issues. So basically, by getting involved in different organizations, I was able to develop those like that unique skill set of a business student with a passion for nonprofits, which is something that normally you wouldn't see together. So definitely getting involved, you can figure out what you like and how that adjusts to your professional career. And as well, by getting involved, for example, in student government, I was able to also gain a unique skill set of politics and things like that that normally a business student wouldn't get. So definitely by getting involved, it opens different paths that you might have not considered before, and it's great.
That's cool. I'm excited to see what you do post graduation. Because you're right, that is a really interesting combination of interests and skills. So thank you for that. Alan, what are your thoughts on this?
When I came to Carleton, I had some knowledge and also some experience. My knowledge was I had a degree in industrial engineering, And for my experience, I had about 9 years experience working in civil and engineering projects. So now by studying civil engineering degree, it helps me to combine all those experience, the experience from the work that I have, and also the knowledge that I from my earlier degree. So now this degree, this program helps me to combine all of those and use it. And sometimes in the workplace, when you want to solve a problem, when you get in a trouble and you think what is the best solution, if you have different skills and you are able to combine all of them, you will find a unique solution, and it is amazing, just amazing.
That's really cool. Yeah, I agree. It's something. It's an opportunity to marry these diverse experiences. Professional life, what you learn in the classroom, taking theoretical knowledge, applying it professionally, and probably bringing that back into the classroom too as you go through your degree. So that's great. One thing I'd love to hear from each of you, and I'm sure I think our guests today would love to know what advice you might have for them, just in terms of how they could develop their leadership or career goals as they progress through a degree. So, what would you like to say to our guests today, Keki?
I think one of the biggest advice and what has helped me the most is reach out to your seniors, reach out to your professors. Mainly because, again, as I said, Carleton is a community. Everyone's really here to help each other out. And you'll get like a bucket load of information from people who've done this before or people who've helped people do it before, right? And I definitely, like, for me, a lot of times whenever I'm looking at some turning point within my professional life, I always reach out to a senior who's probably done it before because they provide insights that you probably would not have considered because they've already been through the process. And I always find it very, very useful.
Very valuable advice. Thank you. How about you, Pavan?
For me, it would really be two words, and I kind of slid this under in my earlier spiel, but pretty much get involved. It's very important to be involved, whether academically, through the corporate clubs, through student governance that's been going around quite a bit, or push yourself to try and get co-ops, get involved through work. So there's so many different ways that you can, put your name and face out there. It's just about you taking the effort to do so. And trust me when I say that it creates the connections that can last a lifetime and that can be, a very big decision maker on, where you end up for the next foreseeable future, I guess.
Yeah, that's valuable advice. I think what you put into it is sort of what you get out of it as well. So make the effort and try. So that's great. Yeah, Valentina.
I would say yes. It's as simple as that. Just there's gonna be so many opportunities that you'll be able to just get involved with and apply and just like be part of. A good start it's just saying yes. You can try it out. If it works for you, then you'll find how you're going to get involved and how you will develop your skills. If it doesn't work for you, there's so many other opportunities, but it all starts by just saying yes.
Yeah, that's powerful, and I agree with you. Say yes and try. Awesome. Alum.
I would like to say try to use all resources. Getting to the courses and study hard on your courses. It is the default, but it is not all. There are many other stuff at Carleton: clubs, programs, groups, communities, gym, swimming pool. So try to use all of them. Do not be just one-dimensional person. Study hard at the also enjoy the university, enjoy the time flies, and it is really going fast, so try to enjoy it, try to use all resources, and also study hard.
I love that. I agree with you. I think Carleton is a great university for those classroom-based opportunities, but also for a really vibrant campus community. So getting outside of the classroom, connecting with other students, making friends, building these experiences across your degree. So whether it's for fun or for professional purposes, there's just tons you can do. And as we've heard from everybody today, it's sort of stacking some of these experiences to create this multifaceted set of skills that we know employers are looking for, having that resume that has obviously professional stuff, but all kinds of stuff you did outside of the classroom too. But I think that last point that Alan made is so important, because you can really develop and grow personally as well. And the person you'll be once you finish the degree is different from when you started, through having engaged with all of these different aspects of the learning experience. So I guess that should be the key point to leave on. Get outside of your comfort zone, try, learn, and engage. I thank all of you for your time today, the panelists for sharing their thoughts and their experiences. Really excited to see what you guys do when you finish and when you go out into that professional world. And a big thank you to all of the students who joined us for this session. So thank you, everybody, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the open house today.